Hey guys, and welcome. Right, it's going to be Ash Barty versus Madison Keys in this first semi-final. It's going to be a watch-along and commentary. We're going to bring it to you. So thank you to those who will be joining as well. I can't wait for this. Actually, I think it's going to be really, really intriguing to see how it all pans out. I feel like Ash Barty is definitely the favorite going into this, but in saying that, you never know, do you? I think Madison Keys has got such a big game as well. She's not someone who just grinds you down. She does have a big game, so she will and does have the potential to hit Barty off the court. That's kind of what she has in her skill set. So that will be interesting to see if she's able to do that. But for Ash Barty, it's about continuing to play as she has been, playing very solid tennis, making sure that she is utilizing, everything out of her tool bag when she needs to, and nullifying, I think, the power that Keys brings to the table. We should be getting started in about, I think it's 5 more minutes, hopefully. I think they're both. Well, I can see Keys in the tunnel waiting. I'm not sure whether. Yeah, here we go. And Keys just walking down the tunnel now, so they're just approaching the courts, and it should be interesting for sure. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, Barty is the home favourite as well. She's very much the one who everyone, I guess, is backing to do something special and become the first, not just do something special, but become the first Australian to win at the Australian Open since 1978. So that would be really, really impressive. In terms of the head-to-head as well, so Ash Barty has a 2-1. She has a 2-1 record against Madison Keys. Funnily enough, one was on hard courts, which she won in straight sets in 2019. The other at Roland Garros, which is the quarterfinals, she won that in straight sets. But then in 2017, Madison Keys beat Ash Barty in the first round of actually Roland Garros in straight sets. So they haven't played in a while. They haven't played in 3 years. So a lot's changed since then. They're actually similar in age as well. So Ash Barty's 25, Madison Keys 26. Both, you would say either in their peak or coming towards their peak, right? So should be interesting. Yeah, Ash Barty and Madison Keys both coming out onto court. And should be very. The crowd is going to be so loud right behind Barty. Interesting to see how Madison Keys handles that. She wouldn't have had that throughout the tournament because she hasn't played an Australian net yet as well. So that brings its own challenges. I'm sure Madison Keys will just take it in a stride. She seems like someone who's very level-headed, very much, someone who's quite relaxed and takes it on. So we'll see how that all pans out. But should be good for sure. And yeah, looking forward to this one. Really, really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be intriguing. I think I said Ash Barty in 3 sets. A lot of you for the preview, actually, a lot of you had put Ash Barty in straight sets. So that's interesting. And look, it could definitely happen. I don't see why not. Funnily enough, I feel like all options are on the table. So Madison Keys winning in straight sets or in 3 as well. I just feel like in a semi-final, both players are in really good form. There's definitely a chance for something like this to happen where both players come out swinging, or even one player comes out swinging and the other gets blown away. And it's only best of 3, right? It's not best of 5 like the men's. There's so many matches, obviously, in the men's, which end up going to 5 sets when the one player has won the first 2 sets, for example, and then we go forward into a 5-setter. All right, so here we go. So, of course, Ash Barty in her Fila attire and Madison Keys in her Nike attire. They're just warming up now, and then we should be getting underway very shortly. Yeah, majority of you so far who have tuned in have gone for Ash Barty as your winner, which is understandable given the circumstances. I think Madison Keys has actually had the more impressive wins, though, this tournament, which, again, doesn't say a huge amount. You can only play who's in front of you. So Madison Keys, you can't really blame her. Sorry, Ash Barty, you can't really blame her for who she's beaten, because she doesn't really have, well, she doesn't have any any choice in that, really. She just kind of, the draw is set out how it's set out, and then there's been quite a few upsets as well on the women's side, for sure. That's why we're left with only 2 out of the top 10 now in the final 4. For the women's, of course, the number 1 player and seed Ash Barty is still in there. Madison Keys is going to start us off on serve, by the way, so she will open up proceedings. Just warming up here, and Madison Keys is a big foodie as well, apparently. So they're asking her in the presser after her previous match, actually, about the best spots to eat in Melbourne. And yeah, it was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. In terms of her route, so she beat former Grand Slam champion Sophia Kenin in straight sets, and then beat Christine in straight sets. Wang, she had to do it in 3. Paula Badosa, she beat in straight sets, blew her away. I did watch that match from start to finish. She was so good. Really, really good. And then Krejcikova beat her in straight sets as well, the former French Open, well, the current French Open champion, because she won it last year. So, yeah, I mean, really, really impressive. She looks good off both wings, Madison Keys as well. Really, really good, I personally think. Ash Barty, interesting, though. Just doing the overheads as well. It's so interesting. The warm-up's so quick. It's funny, when you play at club level, the warm-ups can go on for, like, I'm not joking, you can warm up for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. These warm-ups are like 5 minutes long maximum, I think, from what I've seen. I think that there's definitely a time limit. I think it is 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, to warm up, and that's it. Or 3 minutes is not very long. Yeah, Ash Barty, not bad. A prize money of $21 million. Not bad. Not bad at all. Win loss of 198 to 73. Not bad at all as well. Not bad. Right, so yeah, we should be starting at 8:45 UK time, they're saying, which I think is in a couple of minutes. So that's good. We'll be getting underway here soon now. And you can hear the crowd just as Ash Barty's warming up. Definitely going to be wildly behind her. It's going to be a big Aussie crowd. Thing is, though, interestingly as well, I think yesterday we were watching the Felix versus Medvedev match, and I do agree with some of the subscribers that said that Australia and New York are the harder crowds to, I guess, contend with at the French Open and Wimbledon. They're kind of, yes, they are. It's a good atmosphere, but they're not as, I guess, as loud, sorry, even, and boisterous. They're not really. They're a bit more polite, and they'll make sure that they're not speaking when the point's going on. Whereas, for example, there's been some points during this tournament where during points Australians have been shouting stuff out, or people in the crowd have been shouting stuff out, which, like, you're technically not supposed to do anyway. Of course, like, these guys are elite sports players, so it might happen that ends up being the case. But honestly, it's something that I'm wondering whether they end up looking into it or trying to stop it. It's very hard. You can't really just keep on picking out people from the crowd constantly and try and stop them from saying stuff. You just have to expect people to be responsible. It's always interesting because in other sports, you never have to be quiet. Like, for example, off the top of my head, cricket, football, those types of sports. Yes, they are team sports, I guess. That's maybe why. I'm trying to think if we're talking about more individual sports, do you need to do it to stay quiet? I think you do, as just kind of respect. Anyway, here we go. Madison Keys is going to start us off here now. So we're getting underway here. And she looks very much up for this. You can see both players look dialed in. I think this is going to be a very good semi-final. Here we go. Keys to start us off. Oh, huge serve out wide. Barty goes cross court. Madison, he comes in for a huge forehand down the line. Absolutely huge forehand to start off proceedings. Very good start from the American. 15 love. On that, we can expect a lot of that from Keys. Big serve, big forehand. Big serve again out wide. This time Barty going into the net with the backhand return. Very, very good serving early doors here from the American. 163 kilometers per hour, right in the corner of that box. This time goes down the tee. It's a slice return from Barty, clipping the baseline. Barty comes forward after a short backhand from Keys. Then a huge forehand from Keys down the line, but Barty just slices across the court, maneuvers it nicely. Keys trying to get across it, does get a racket on it, but goes into the net. So 30-15, and already Barty utilizing that slice so well. Really, really impressive. Here you go. 30-15. Keys goes down the middle with a forehand. Really good depth. Barty again going cross court there with a forehand. Forehand exchange here. Keys makes the mistake first and goes long with that forehand. So after being 30 love up, it's 30 all here. Keys under a little bit of pressure on her serve. She come through it unscathed. Oh, big serve out wide. Barty in the rally though. We go. Yeah, huge backhand cross court from Barty. Then goes into out with the forehand, but goes into the net with it. So 40-30 hit to Keys. And you can just see that as soon as the rallies commence, the shorter rallies, yes, Keys will definitely have some type of advantage. But as soon as the rallies get longer and longer and longer, Barty comes into her own more and more. Big serve out wide, slice cross court from Barty, and then it's a approach shot from Keys, slicing down the line, but goes long, and she kind of hangs her head up in disappointment to say that as a missed opportunity. So juice here, and a bit of a messy game for Keys to deal with early doors. Interestingly, big serve out wide. Barty goes long with the forehand, so it is advantage to Keys and game point here early doors in this set. Big serve from Keys down the tee. Then goes down the middle of the backhand. Barty goes cross court. Very good angle found from Barty. And then Keys goes long with the forehand. And she's just motioning Keys about her forehand and kind of stretching her wrist as well. It's going to be interesting because Keys is definitely potentially going to, well, she'll potentially have to do a lot more running than she has in previous matches and also hit shots in more awkward positions because of the angles that Barty finds. So it's going to be interesting to see how she holds up in that because she's a powerful player. She likes to have a set base. Oh, second serve just clips the top of the net cord and then just drops into the box. So second serve here for Barty to have a look at. Here we go. So no breakpoint opportunities in this game. Madison Keys been in front throughout. Yeah, big from Keys down the middle. And Barty goes into out with the forehand and goes long. So it's advantage to Madison Keys. And she has yet another game point. She just hasn't been able to convert it, to be honest with you. It's been interesting because she was 40-30 up. Then she's had 2 more game points since then. This is her third, if I'm not mistaken. This is her fourth, sorry, if I'm not mistaken. Good slice return from Barty cross court. But that is set up. It's really set up completely for Madison Keys to drive that backhand. She goes into the net with the cross court backhand. Barty just making it awkward and difficult for Keys. And really, this is what's to come in the whole match. Big from Keys out wide, then goes backhand down the middle. Huge forehand cross court from Barty. Huge stuff. It's now advantage Barty and break point. And after having 4 game points, Keys, she is now going to have to save a break point if she wants to hold here. Huge turnaround in this game, and Barty's just been relentless, really. Huge from Keys. It's a slice return on the forehand from Barty. It's a drop shot from Keys, and the drop shot from Keys is not good enough. Barty gets forward and puts away the forehand cross court. She gets the early break here. That is huge for Ash Barty in this semi-final. Keys will be really disappointed with that because she had so many game points. She had 4, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't manage to convert any of them, which is surprising. The drop shot from Keys, just not good enough, and whipping the forehand Barty cross court there for a winner. So 1-love here. And I don't know, Keys, just a couple of mistakes, really, wasn't it, on the game points? And I'm just trying to think. I think there was one game point out of the 4 that, yes, it was a good play from Barty. She came forward, hit the winner, that happened. But the other 3 were actually mistakes, either going into the net, Keys, yeah. Here we go, 1-love, and Barty looking to consolidate that break early doors here already. Big serve down the tee from Barty, huge, 184 Ks, and it's funny because for someone of her height, a lot of people don't expect that, but 184 Ks down the tee is absolutely huge. Pre-match, the win predictor said 75% in favour of Barty. Here we go, 15-love, and starting from the ace isn't bad, eh? Not bad at all. Just imagine she's not going to give Keys a huge amount of looks on her second serve. Second serve into the backhand. And then, that's a chance for Keys. She's in the rally there. Set up on her forehand nicely to go cross court. Goes long. She's just misfiring slightly on the ground strokes here. Keys needs to find that form that she had against Krejcikova and Badosa, where she played so well. That controlled aggression was there. Needs to be very tight. Big serve from Barty down the tee with just missing the line. Her serve is absolutely huge, by the way. 181 kilometers per hour. It's big. Second serve into the backhand. It's another opportunity for Keys that she hasn't taken. It's a second serve into the backhand, a chance for her to drive the backhand into in. And she goes into the net. So that will be really disappointing for Madison Keys. She just needs to be tighter here in her ground strokes. Barty, though, just cruising at the moment now. After that really tight first game where Keys had 4 game points, Barty turned it around and broke her. Now she's 40-love up here, potentially going to hold to love. It's a big second serve, hits the line, going down the tee, and Keys cannot get that second serve back. So that's 2-love, and Keys not really cashing in when she had the opportunities for second serves in that game. A couple of chances really to impose herself on the rallies, and the rallies didn't manage to go long enough even for Keys to do anything because she ended up making the mistake. Just having a look at the Barty serve, and the reason why I think she's able to generate so much power as well is the fact that she ball toss is in front of her. It's in front of her. It's into her arc, and all the momentum is going through the ball as she's hitting that. It's a really, really good serve. Probably one of the best on tour. Second serve into the forehand of Barty. Barty goes cross court and Keys goes into the net down the line. That is becoming more and more of a problem. The unforced error count. We see already 6 unforced errors for Madison Keys. Only 1 for Barty. We're only 2 games in. Big serve from Keys down the tee. Yep, and Barty goes along with the forehand return. So better from Keys on the serve, but needs to just back it up. The 1+ shot and her forehand is such a weapon. Needs to make sure that she's finding the range on it. She found it in that first point of the match. Hasn't found it much since. Huge serve out wide, then a backhand cross court from Keys. Drops in. This is a smash opportunity, but she goes for a drive forehand instead. And Barty goes into the net with her own forehand as Keys comes to the net. So 30-15. And much better from Keys, looking a lot more solid, the American. There you go, 30-15, big serve down the tee from Keys. Just missed the line. Was it a let? I think it might be a let. Let's find out. But Keys looking to get on the board here finally. Yeah, it was a let. So it's a big first serve down the tee. Then Keys goes into out with a big forehand. That's much, much better from Keys. Not overhitting, just timing the ball sweetly into the corner there. 40-15 in game point. Really good. and Barty just rooted the spot there, and she has had opportunities like that in this match. Hasn't taken all of them. Big serve down the tee. Barty slices just into the baseline, is it? No. Apparently slices long. So it is 2-1 here. Barty's still a break up. Looking to consolidate it. But Madison Keys gets on the board, which will give her some confidence at least to say, okay, right, we're up and running. Let's get going to work. Guys, as well, thank you very much for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really does help us out by liking this video and subscribing. We will also be doing the second semi-final later on today, Swiatek versus Collins as well, on top of also doing the two men's semi-finals tomorrow, hopefully, is the idea, and then doing the men's and women's finals on Saturday and Sunday. So do get involved, do become part of the QualityShot family. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you don't mind, and yeah, really looking forward to seeing you guys on the channel more. Click the notification bell if you want to get alerted to all the new videos, but liking and subscribing really does help us to grow. So if you don't mind hitting that like button, the big thumbs up button, we really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Right, so 2-1 here, Ash Barty, and very much in control of this first set. It's going to be very intriguing, I think, to be honest with you. It's going to be very, very intriguing to see. I think this set is most likely probably done. It's Keys, even though it's so early in the set, I just feel like Barty's going to be so solid. I don't see her giving away many chances, but we'll see. Maybe Keys can manufacture some second serve into the backhand side of Keys. Keys goes into the corner, better return. Here we go. Forehand cross court from the American, slices though into the net after a huge forehand from Barty into out. The problem is Barty's managing to dictate the majority of the points on her serve. She's not, well, she is. I mean, she's, sorry, not majority. She's dictating all of them. She held to love for her first service game, and here she hasn't lost a point as of yet at 15 love. She's just not letting Keys get any type of momentum on the return game. It's another second serve here. Can Keys cash in? She's returned the second serve really well throughout the tournament. Steps in. Oh, it's a chance. Oh, it's a big chance. And she puts her racket up to say that. What? Oh, she's like, what the heck? What has happened there? She can't believe it. Yeah, steps in as a right option on the forehand side as well. It's sat up nicely first. She goes into the net with it though. So 30 love here. Big from Barty out wide, and Keys goes along with a forehand. So it's 40 love, and the Australian very much in control here. So an impressive start from her, no doubt. Right, 40 love to Barty. Barty goes out wide, or trying to go out wide, goes into the net. So there'll be a second serve here now for Keys. Keys goes cross court. Then Barty goes into him with a huge forehand. That's 3-1 now. Barty consolidating the break really nicely there. And I'll tell you what, that is an absolute cracker from Barty as well. The forehand's working really sweetly, and ironically, Madison Keys' forehand, which has been so good throughout the tournament, is not firing at all. Just making a lot of errors on that side, unfortunately for her. But hopefully she can find some more form, because at the moment it's not looking particularly competitive. 79% of you saying Barty to win and make the final. Huge serve from Keys down the tee, 192 kilometers. That's a monster serve to start us off. Guys, as well, as a few of you, there's about 20, well, there's over 20 of you in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button. It's a big thumbs up button. If you don't mind, it really does help us out, and subscribe to the channel. Big serve from Keys and we're into a rally. Backhand cross court from Keys, huge into out from Barty, though, on the forehand side. Keys just a little bit tentative in that rally, and Barty cashing in straight away. Yeah, really good from the Australian. She's just so dialed in right now. Yeah, good serve, though, again from Keys on the juice side. Huge serve down the tee, 30-15. Let's see, what was What was the damage in terms of the speed on that serve? Are you going to show us? No, you're not going to show us? Let's have a look. It was 190. Oh, she's serving. It's starting to serve big. That's big as well. 161, but down the tee. There you go. Goes into out with the forehand. Barty goes down the line with the forehand as well. Forehand to forehand here. Oh, Keys is just misfiring on that forehand side. Sets up the forehand down the line. She takes the option. It's the harder option, but she takes it and goes into the net. So 30 all. I wouldn't say that it's a case of Barty inducing these errors from Keys as well. A lot of them are just unforced errors. They're not forced errors at all. Yes, the rallies might be going slightly longer than Keys would like, but it's not a case of, Barty outmaneuvering Keys. Keys is just not playing particularly consistently, and that's another bad mistake. It's a return from Barty, clips the baseline, but she's got so much time, Keys, to get round and hit that backhand. She goes backhand into the net. This is a huge, huge point now in this set, because if Keys gets broken here at 30-40 and goes a double break down, the set's done really. Big backhand on the line from Keys, a huge. Oh, that's too good from Barty. Into the rally, Keys goes huge with the backhand on the line. Barty whips the forehand cross court, clips the baseline, and now Keys goes wide with that forehand. It's 4-1 here to Ash Barty. She's a double break up, just way too good from the Australian, and that was impressive. And to be honest with you, you can't blame Madison Keys for that, because in that instance, she was just very unlucky, to be fair. It was just a very well put together point from a very good player in Ash Barty. Guys, as well, thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. You can see that you, couple of you have liked the video. If you don't mind liking the video, it really, really does help us out. It's a big thumbs up button. And if you don't mind subscribing to the channel as well, really, really does help us out. We are growing, and any help towards that is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. It'll be interesting to see as well how this all pans out in terms of not just this set, but then this ongoing, the upcoming set as well, because I'm just I'm hoping more than anything, to be fair, that Madison Keys manages to I don't know, I'm hoping that she manages to find some form, because at the moment she is struggling a great deal. It's not, this isn't a joke, right? Like, she's getting absolutely stuffed here, really, just to put it lightly. It's a 4-1 here. Barty serving for 5-1. So very, very good start from Barty here in this semi-final. Goes down the tee, Barty, but goes along with that serve. So it will be a second serve here now. Barty goes second serve into the backhand. Keys goes down the middle and goes long. So 15 love to Barty here. Very, very interesting start. Second serve points won. Look at that, 100% of second serve points won for Barty. That just shows how poorly Keys has been returning on that second serve, which she has been doing so effectively for the most part of the tournament. Good serve from Barty. Keys does manage to get it back, but slices it short. And Barty loves that into out forehand. She crunches it into the corner. 30 love. This is just such a clean performance from Barty so far. Really pristine, getting it done. No fuss. And Keys has made a few errors, and Barty just capitalized. She's been really clinical so far. She's taken the break points that she's had. She's taken them the first time of asking. Here you go, forehand to forehand. Keys goes down the line with a forehand, and Barty tries to go down the line with her own backhand, goes long. So 30-15 here now. I think that's the first point that Keys has won. Is that the first point that Keys has won on the Barty serve? It might be, actually. But this is it. I mean, if Keys wants to have any chance of resurrecting this set for herself, she has to break here. So see what she can do. Good, very good backhand return from Keys. Much better. Then goes forehand cross court. Barty goes up the line with a forehand, but goes long. So 30 all here. A little bit of a sticky situation, interestingly. Look at that. Barty is serving quicker than Keys, which is ridiculous. On the second serve anyway. Like, not by a lot, but it's 8 kilometers per hour more, which is fairly substantial on that second serve. So 30 all here. Barty looking to avoid having to save any break points. Goes into the backhand. Keys goes into the net with the backhand return. She's saying go forward. She's like, but my momentum should be forward, and she's right because there on the backhand return she was going almost leaning backwards or going backwards as she hit that. And goes into the net. So 40-30 in game point here for Barty to go 5-1 up here. Barty goes long with that first serve. It's a second serve here now for Keys to have a look at. Barty goes into the backhand, goes cross court. Barty goes, interestingly, Barty tries to whip the forehand into win. She goes long down the middle, actually, mistimes it. So juice here. This is it. Keys is thinking, this is my chance in this set. If I want to have any chance of coming back into it, I need to break now. She knows it. 5-1 down, and really the set's done and dusted, you'd imagine. It's very, 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 very rare you see anyone come back from 5-1 down in a set to go on to win it. So here we go. Juice second serve here for Keys to have a look at. Can she get one of those breaks back? Goes into the forehand of Keys. Good return deep. Barty goes down the line with the forehand, then a slice from Keys clips the baseline. Barty tries to whip the forehand into out, but goes along. So here we go. Advantage Keys on the Barty serve. A break point opportunity for Keys, the first she's had. Can she be clinical like Barty and take it the first time of asking? Barty going big out wide. She made it. Yes, she has a huge serve to save that break point. And isn't it just the case that so many champions, Grand Slam champions, they tend, especially, at the top of their game, if they're in the top, say, 3 in the world, there's so many instances where they have a break point to save and they come out with either an ace or an unreturnable serve. Big serve from Barty down the tee. Then Keys clips the baseline there with a huge forehand to forehand. And Barty goes up the line with it. Then a slice into the backhand. Huge from Barty going in to win. And Keys goes straight back into the net, though, with that forehand slice. Advantage Barty here. And that break point came and went as quickly as as possible for Barty. Barty's like, yep, not dealing with that. And now she's got a game point here, pushing Keys back. Kadir says, glad to see Keys at least back at the semi-final stage of a Grand Slam. Agreed. She's a really talented player. She's just been very, very tight in the first few games, and it's paid. It's unfortunately backfired on her completely because the ground strokes, which have been so good, and she's doing that now actually fantastically. Here we go, backhand down the line, then forehand on the line, comes into the net after the approach. Barty goes along. She's starting to strike the ball really well, Keys, exactly like how she has been in the previous rounds in this tournament. But the first 4 games, she was struggling a huge amount just to find her range. She was struggling to make sure that she was, she was struggling to find that controlled aggression that she needs and has been finding throughout the whole tournament. Big serve from Barty down the tee. Keys goes into the net with a backhand. So advantage here to Barty, and she's won 75% of her first serve points, which is very impressive. Game point here. Barty goes into the backhand of Keys, and Keys just jumps up and down after hitting the backhand into the net, and you can see why, because Keys, that's right into a hitting zone on the backhand, and she's from what I've seen anyway in this tournament, she's returned really well, and she was returning much better in that game, but generally she hasn't returned well in the other couple of Barty games, and then also on her serve just hasn't backed it up well enough on the ground strokes, which is something she's done so effectively throughout the whole tournament. Kadir says players with their quality should be up there. I rate her as a better Sabalenka if she was consistent. Fair enough. Big serve out wide from Keys. And Barty cannot make the return. So 15 love here. Big serve from Keys down the tee. Good return from Barty. Good depth right down the middle. Into out goes Keys. backhand cross court from Barty. Keys goes cross court as well, the backhand, then goes into win. Keys, I'm not sure why, just hit the backhand. 15-0. Starting to hit the ball a lot cleaner now, Keys, exactly like what we expected her to coming into this. She's 5-1 down, though. It's probably a little bit too, well, it's too little too late, really, in this set, you'd imagine. But can she do something in the second set? I expect the second set to be a lot tighter, given how Keys is now starting to play. You go second serve into the forehand of Barty. Barty goes cross court with it. Huge forehand down the line. Keys comes forward. Oh, no. She's just struggling to get round it. So she's trying to run around that backhand. That's happened a couple of times, but she's not moved quick enough. So if I'm her, I just hit the backhand. She's got a good backhand as well. It's not a bad backhand at all. I know a lot of people don't want to hit backhand slices in return with their own backhand, but then, you know, I don't know. Sometimes you just have to do it. If you can't move around it quick enough, then you got to deal with it, right? Or hit a backhand slice back. You go big. Oh, it's a double fault from Keys, and now she'll have to save 2 set points here at 5-1 down. She might get breadsticked here, which would be, yeah, absolute mauling, to be fair. Kadir says still going to go with Barty in straight sets, though. That's fair enough. Guys, as well, over 40 in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button, please, if you don't mind. Only 5 of you liking the video. Come on, let's get up to at least 15 likes, please. So please do smash the like button if you don't mind. It really does help us out. And subscribe to the channel as well. Oh, no. Second serve from Keys, and Barty just creams the forehand down the line for a clean winner. 6-1 in that first set. Barty absolutely steamrolling her opponent in that first set, and she marches on. This could be a very, very quick match if it carries on in this vein. 27 minutes that first set. Yeah, guys, 40 of you in the chat. Really, really do appreciate you guys tuning in. You legends, thank you very much. Great to have you on and listening and watching. Please do hit the like button. It's a big thumbs up button. It's quick, it's easy, it doesn't cost you anything. And do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. It really, really does help us out. It's the big red button, and we are growing. So thank you very much to you guys for supporting the channel, because without you guys, we couldn't function as we are. So I do appreciate it. Right, in terms of the stats then for the set, so 2 aces for Barty, 1 for Keys, 0 double faults, which is always good to see from Barty, and 1 double fault for Keys. Not bad as well, to be fair. I mean, that happens. I guess the issue with that 1 double fault is it opened up the 2 set points. It was a crucial point, a pressure point for sure. First serve percentage, 55% for Barty, 79% for Keys, which is actually really high. But the issue that she's had is behind the first serve. Barty's won 78% of first serve points, but Keys 50%. Only 50%. That's really poor behind your first serve. She's got a really good first serve as well. Barty is a very good returner, yes, no doubt, but Keys should be doing better behind her first serve. She's made a lot of unforced errors, which I'm sure we'll go through in a second. Second serve points won. Look at that, 73%. Really impressive from Barty. And Keys only 17%, only winning 1 point behind her second serve. Barty really making a pay. And ironically, that's exactly the type of thing that Keys was doing to Barty. Keys was doing to other opponents in this tournament so far. Winners 6-4 for Barty, really clean. And for Keys, 3 winners to 14 unforced errors. So a very, very poor set of tennis by her standards, considering how this tournament has gone so far for her. She'll be disappointed with that. And I think Eurosport is just going to make us miss a point, which I hate. We're going to join when Barty is 15 love. Yep. So Barty just won the first point. I hate that. Well, you can't just miss a point. So 15 love, I have absolutely no idea what happened because the TV coverage wasn't on. They had adverts on. Keys goes into it with the forehand. Backhand down the line from Keys goes long. So 30 love here already in this service game. Barty. Oh, Keys is... the problem is I have a feeling that she's going to play a similar set, Keys. If she's misfiring, and Barty is just so relentless at the moment and clinical, she's not going to feel like she's comfortable at all, Keys. She's going to feel very, very much like she's up against it throughout. And I don't think she's going to have that confidence to to play with as she has done in the past. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see how Keys deals with it. 40 love here for Barty and a chance to go 1 love up here in this set. Second serve into the Keys backhand. Good backhand from Keys. Down the middle, then goes huge with the forehand down the line. Slice from Barty, cross court, slices again, cross court, but goes into the net with that second slice. So 40-15, much better from Keys, much, much better. Obviously, probably not going to win this game, but she needs to at least find a little bit of form so that when she comes onto her service game, she can do the business, really look after it. Oh, big from Barty down the tee. Big, big, big from Barty down the tee. 1 love to the Australian ace to finish off that game and holding to 15. Kadir says Nadal versus Berrettini in a semi-final with a winner likely to meet Medvedev. Where have we seen this before? US Open 2019. Yeah, that's very, very true, isn't it? So the timings, by the way, for those semi-finals tomorrow are pretty crazy. So Nadal versus Berrettini is at 3:30 a.m. UK time. I hate them for doing that. And Medvedev Tsitsipas is at 8:30 a.m. So I'm probably gonna have to do something crazy, and I'll probably just try and sleep really early today, so that I can wake up then for that. I'm not gonna stay up. I think that's just ridiculous. I did that last time actually for what was it for? It would have been, was it yesterday? No, it wasn't. The day before. Big serve from Keys out wide, and Barty goes down the line with the forehand. Then goes really deep with the forehand down the middle. Keys makes the mistake on the forehand and goes into the net. That's what it was. It was what was it? It was Nadal versus Shapovalov. Yeah, I basically stayed up for that. Did that match, and then I did the match after, which was, what was the match after? Oh, Berrettini. Oh, no, I didn't do it. Berrettini one piece. I literally didn't do it because I was so dead. Second serve from Barty deep into the corner. And love 30 here. Madison Keys is struggling a great deal here. She's just struggling for some rhythm on her ground strokes in her game. It looks like this could be one of those throwaway matches where Madison Keys will. It's a very forgettable match for Keys. It's a shame as well because she's played so well throughout the tournament. It's a great little run for her as well. She has the ability to trouble Barty. She just hasn't found any level of consistency. Good slice from Barty, then a fantastic slice again, very deep in the court. Then a huge into out forehand. But big from Keys though, huge backhand on the line. Then goes down the line again with the backhand. That's too good from the American. That's what she's capable of. The first backhand on the line was an absolute bullet, and Barty managing to somehow slice that back into court. I mean, it was great defensive ability from Barty, but then Keys goes, "Thank you very much. I'm going to go down the line again," and it was a beautiful winner. And I think just actually caught Barty unawares. I don't think Barty would have expected her to go down the line again like that. Good serve from Keys, and Barty goes long 30 or much, much better from the American. Kadir says, my time zone is closer to Melbourne time zone. Lucky. Like 1 hour difference. Whereabouts are you based, Kadir? 30 all, and Keys goes long with that first serve, so it'll be a second serve here now for Barty to have a look at. Yeah, exactly. Kadir says Keys has to get her ground strokes firing 100%. Or very good forehand down the line. And Keys goes cross court with the backhand. Barty comes to the net and actually manages to hit the half volley into the net. So 40-30 and a game point here. And we could, for the first time, have it at level pegging in a set. After the first set, Barty was in front the whole time. Yeah, very good from Keys down the tee, and Barty goes into the tram lines. 1-1, a much better game from Keys. Hopefully, she takes some confidence from that and says to herself, "Look, okay, I'm in this set. I'm not behind. It's on level pegging. I can definitely do something in this," and she starts to believe. That's the hope, anyway. Kadir says Singapore, mate. Okay, very nice. Singapore. Yeah, Singapore's got a very similar time, doesn't it, to well, to Melbourne time from what I know, so that's cool. Or big serve from Barty's auntie, just missing the line there, though. It will be a second serve. Second serve goes into the body, and Keys goes into the net with the backhand. She's telling herself, I need to be moving forward. Yeah, she's telling herself, my back, go forward. Don't. She's getting stuck on the backhand, kind of like half hitting it. The momentum's not going through the ball on that return. So it's actually scared to overhit. And that's the problem, right? Because then you start overthinking it. And as soon as you start making errors and going long, you start overthinking what you should be doing. And what's worked for her so well in the rest of the tournament, she's not quite implementing. That's just a very good serve, though, from Barty. Very good slice serve down the tee. 30 love to the Australian. Keys are not able to get that return back in play. That's a very impressive bit of serving from the Australian. 30 love here. She just looks so... She looks so good on the serve. Yeah, another big serve down the tee. 40 love. Obviously, she only had to save that one break point in the first set. She managed to save it with ease with a big ace out wide. And apart from that, all the other service games, she just looks so comfortable holding to love or 15. 40 love here, goes down the tee. It's a big serve and a decent return from Keys down the middle. Keys whips the forehand cross court. Barty changes direction and goes down the line, then goes into him with a forehand. Keys surviving here. She slices into the tram lines with the forehand. Really impressive from Barty, transitioning from defense to attack so quickly in that rally. 2-1 to Barty, still on serve. So let's see how it goes. Kadir says, can't really blame Keys. I think Barty is just playing outrageous tennis since Anisimova. No, I agree. I think, look, even if Madison Keys is playing, how she has been the whole of the tournament, which I was hoping she would, I still backed Barty to win. Just because Barty's been in phenomenal form as well, but also because of her pedigree. She's just got everything about her, right? It's very hard to pick out a weakness in Barty's game. She's such a well-rounded player. And not just well-rounded in terms of she can do everything. She can do everything really well. But, I was just hoping for a tighter match, but we'll see. It's still on serve in this set. Okay, so even if Keys was firing, I don't know if she could take a set of Barty. Ooh, I think she could take a set of her. I don't know if she could win, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Kadir says, I don't think you can say there's any bad spot in a game. That's the thing, right? And that's what's so amazing about it. I can't really think of a specific weakness that she has or something that can be exploited. She's very, very good. She really is. And that's a credit to her, really, and her ability. Guys, as well, thank you very much for tuning in. I can see there's quite a few of you in the chat. Do appreciate it. Please, thank you to those who have liked the video. If you haven't liked the video, please do remember to smash the like button. It's a big thumbs up button. It really, really does help us out. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much. Well, here you go. Keys goes down the line with the forehand. Very good forehand from the American. 15 love after the serve out wide. Kadir says, variety, amazing serve first stature. Yeah, it's ridiculous. She's serving in like over 180 Ks at her height. John says, from United States of America for Keys. Nice. Very good to hear. That's what we want to hear. We want to see people from different places and people supporting different players. There you go. Barty goes cross court. Keys goes down the middle with that forehand. Then goes down the line with the backhand. And see, that backhand has been really good throughout the tournament, but she's missed it quite a few times today. It's very, very unfortunate. 8 unforced errors on that backhand for Keys. Only 1 for Barty so far. It says Barty's cross-court forehand is something to behold. Yeah, she's got, she's got so many variations on the forehand side. I don't know if any of you or many of you watched the preview video I did for this match, but I talked about how many different variations she has on that forehand side. So many different ways she can hit it. Second serve from Keys and Barty just whipping the forehand, but wide. So 30-15 here to the American. That was a chance for Barty to go 30-15 up on the return game and then potentially open up break points. 30-15 here for Keys. Good serve out wide into the box. Cross court backhand, then a slice from Barty trying to go up the line with the slice, but goes into the net. So 40-15 here. And Madison Keys very much in control of her service game, which is a big, big plus because at the moment it looks like it's going to stay on serve. No breaks of serve as of yet. No chances for either player either yet. Keys trying to go down the tee with the serve, but goes long. Second serve here for Barty to have a look at. Will she cash in? She didn't last time. Oh, she does this time with a beautiful forehand, whips the forehand across the court. And it's funny because, you know, if you want to draw comparisons, some of the forehands she hits are quite similar to Federer, some almost similar to Nadal, the way she whips it. She's got so many different ways that she can, hit that forehand. It's great to see. Huge into out forehand from Keys, goes into out again. Barty, though, goes into win with a forehand, clips the baseline, then comes forward. But Keys doing really well. Oh, Keys did really well defensively to stay in that rally. And then eventually it sets up the backhand on the line, and the backhand down the line is just not firing at all. She goes into the net with it. She's had a lot of opportunities in points to finish them off and just hasn't been able to. Well, she's actually played pretty well defensively, and that's really good to see. It's just not being able to, be clinical and find that finishing touch. Big serve out wide, then a serve down the tee. Sorry, a forehand down the tee. Oh, sorry, forehand on the line even by Keys, and Barty goes long with the backhand. Kadir says Barty's slice backhand technique is honestly as good as Federer's. Yeah, agreed. Her backhand slices are one of the best in the game, 100%. Advantage Keys. Huge serve out wide, and it's a slice from Barty into the backhand corner. Keys tries to go in with the forehand, probably because her backhand down the line hasn't been firing, to be fair. But then that goes long as well. So struggling here a little bit. Keys just to string some points together and really hold here. She was 40-15 up. It's now deuce, and Barty starting to knock on the door for a break of serve here. She hasn't opened up any break points yet, but you just feel like it might be coming. It's a second serve here for Barty to have a look at. Huge point coming up. Keys goes into the body. Barty goes down the line with the forehand return and slices long, interestingly. So advantage to Keys. Barty just looking at rackets. A very, very, very slight nod to say, oh, should have done better there. And see the backhand from Keys, just really good. She's such a clean striker with the ball when she is in this type of form. Advantage Keys, much better from the American. Big serve down the tee, but goes long. So it will be a second serve again for Barty to have a look at. Can she cash in? She didn't quite in the last point with that second serve. It was a good kick serve, to be fair, from Keys. It's a slice backhand from Barty cross court, then slices again. Barty, Keys going cross court with a backhand again, this time going down the line. That's a huge backhand on the line. She's found that backhand down the line. I tell you what, that is a beautiful one as well. In return to that slice from Barty, that's really impressive stroke from Madison Keys. 2-2 here, and she did extremely well there to get out of that sticky situation. I think 2 games all, and she's saying, you know what, I'm not going to let you have it easy here. I'm going to carry on going. I'm still a live opponent in this match. 2 games all. Barty serving then to keep in front, just not in front. Goes out wide, but misses that first serve. The second serve here now for Keys to have a look at. Goes into the forehand. Good cross-court forehand return from Keys. And Barty goes into the net with her own forehand, trying to also go cross-court. So love 15 here. And a little inroad straight away for Keys. Kadir says, hopefully Keys can prove me wrong and get this set with a lucky break. Yeah. Or the tiebreaker. Good serve out wide from Barty, and Keys going into the net with the backhand. So 15-all. As I said, she hasn't had much trouble at all, really, Barty, on her serve. Only that one juice game where she had to save a break point. But apart from that, it's been plain sailing, either to love or 15, really. Big serve out wide again from Barty. The forehand just dropping in from Keys. Huge into-out forehand from Barty. It's a lob backhand from Keys. Into-out again from Barty. It's a lob again from Keys. It's a drive forehand from Barty. Oh, and Keys makes a play. Another shot. And it's another drive forehand for Barty. And she goes into the net with it. That's very impressive defensive play from Keys. Really, really good. 15-30. It's funny, you don't see that type of tactic in the men's at all, really. The kind of high. So when you're on the defensive, right, you don't see many people hit multiple loopy lobs, kind of with topspin on it. You don't really see that. You might see them lob once or twice, and they'll hit a lot of slices. Oh, that's huge from Barty. Goes into the backhand corner, opens up the in to win, and goes for the winner. Huge forehand. This is 15-30. This is good. A huge forehand in to win from Barty. Beautiful forehand. 30 all here. Goes out wide with a forehand. Just missed it. So it will be a second serve here for Madison Keys to attack. Huge backhand in to win. Yeah, and that's much better returning from Keys. This is a type of play and the type of returning that I expected from Keys coming into this. That's actually returned throughout the whole tournament. And Barty going long with that backhand. So it's another breakpoint opportunity here for Keys. The first of this set. Can she take it? Goes down the tee. Barty comes forward after a short return from Keys. And then puts away the smash impressively. It says men's side don't play the loopy lobs because most of the time the opponent's just going to smash it with a huge forehand, mate. Yeah, that's true. And the ground strokes from the men's tour, just another level. Can't really compare them. Yeah, it's a slightly different game for sure. I agree. Like I get what you're saying. Obviously, slightly more power on that on that tour. And you can see that as it's, I guess, signified by the serving speeds, right? I mean, some of the women, to be fair, are serving almost the 200, which is very close. I mean, Madison Keys hit a 191 serve, which a lot of the men are serving around that, to be fair. It's a chance for Keys. Barty goes cross-court with a forehand, and then Keys goes huge with a forehand down the line, but goes just long. She cannot believe it. It's now game point to Barty. Here we go, advantage Barty. Huge serve out wide from the Australian, then drives with the forehand volley. Very good, very, very good from the Australian. 3-2, and stays in front in this second set. Still on serve though. Guys, as well, thank you very much for tuning in. 50 of you in the chat, really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching and listening. If you haven't done so already, if you don't mind, please do hit the like button. It's a big thumbs up button. It really, really does help us out. I know I keep on banging on about it, but hitting the like button does help us with the YouTube algorithm. It helps us to grow, helps us get this video out there and also this channel out there. So I do appreciate it if you wouldn't mind doing it. And also subscribe to this channel as well to get more streams like this. A lot of tennis content. And you'll see if you check out the channel now, you'll see there's been a lot of tennis content covering the Australian Open. We do cover all the Grand Slams, a lot of Masters tournaments as well, and some 250 and 500 as well, depending on when they are. So, please do get involved, become part of the QualityShot community and family by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And also, if you want to get alerted to the new uploads and new streams and videos, etc., when they do happen, then please do click the bell button to get alerted. Alex says, hey, who have you got in the second simulator? I've got Swinetek, to be fair. But I don't know. No, he says Keys is just not athletic enough. Chasing down balls is not her thing. To be fair, she did okay at one of those points in the previous game. Those couple of lobs and stuff. Like, I think she is athletic. But yeah, I agree. I don't think like the defensive side of tennis really is not her forte. Her forte is crunching the ground strokes, and she's had opportunities to do that, and she has been doing that throughout. And it's not like there haven't been points where she has second serve, is it? No, it's first serve, I think. No, it's second serve, Hugo. Second serve for Barty. clips the line. Huge return from Barty down the line, then goes down the middle. Keys. Oh, it's a huge forehand from Barty, latching onto that shorter forehand into out for a winner. I think for Keys, the issue has been that she hasn't managed to hit the ground strokes as sweetly as she'd like. And to be fair, you could say, oh, well, it's because of Barty, but I actually don't think it has been. She's had a lot of opportunities where she's actually set up the point nicely, especially for that backhand down the line, which she's been hitting really well throughout the tournament. Instead, she's made a lot of errors on that. I think she's made 9 unforced errors already, trying to hit the backhand. And most of those unforced errors are the backhand down the line. Oh, that's poor from Keys. Barty hitting a whip forehand down the middle, clips the baseline, and Keys goes with a forehand straight into the net, is it? Oh, no, it's not. It's gone long, that forehand from Barty, so she's off the hook, 15-all. Big serve out wide. Keys then goes cross court with the backhand, much better striking. It then goes, down the line with it, forehand, and goes long. And see, she would be clipping the line or getting that inside the baseline normally, during the tournament anyway. She's not comfortable at all. She's misfiring, and her range and radar is completely off at the moment. Scare says, like the video. Thank you. Yep, please do like the video. Slice from Barty into the backhand corner, backhand to backhand. Then a slice down the line from Barty. Forehand to forehand here now. And Barty goes down the middle with a forehand. Oh, the backhand from Keys long again. Here we go, 15-40, 2 break points here. And this is what I mean, misfiring, really. Misfiring. It's not like Barty's pushing her so hard that she's forcing the errors out of her and she's making it really awkward for her. It's not. It's sat up nicely. A lot of the ground stroke errors she's made have been opportunities for her to get on the front foot, and she's ended up making the error. Big serve into the backhand of Barty, then goes into out with a forehand, huge forehand from Keys, and Barty goes long with the backhand. And the funniest thing is that she's actually, against Badosa, for example, she absolutely blew her away, and her returning also was very good. She hasn't returned very well today. She hasn't cashed in on any second serves, and then her own serve hasn't been good either. She hasn't made enough first serves, and I can see Matthews made a comment. We'll get onto that in a second as well. He says, I don't know, Keys seems like a team-style ground stroke without his coverage, lol. Right, here we go. Another break point to save, though, for Keys. Second serve. Goes into the backhand. It's a slice. Goes to the tram lines with a return. So that is 2 break points saved, and we're at juice. Matthew says Keys' first serve was 45% in the first set. That needs to be directed and in the 60% plus mark. Yeah, 100% agreed. Agreed. It was way too low. And also her win percentage behind the first and second serve was so poor. Good from Barty, using her angles, very cute. And then Keys tries to go cross court herself after the drop shot. But Barty goes into the open court. Break points 1, 3 out of 5 for Barty, 0 out of 2 for Keys. And it's funny because it's 2 out of 5 for Barty, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, in the first set it was 2 out of 2, wasn't it? Second serve into the Barty backhand. Barty sliced across court, forehand to forehand, then huge forehand down the line from Keys, comes to the net and volleys straight at Barty. It was the right play, just didn't execute it well enough, and Barty passes her with a fantastic forehand. 4-2 here, and very much in control here, Barty. It looks like this could get done in straight sets. She's serving to go 4-2 up here. Keys very much struggling. She's just not playing anywhere near her best tennis, and that's why we're seeing a blitzing. Yes, Barty might still win if Keys is playing her best or near her best, but it would have been a closer match, that's for sure. Kadir says her serve is one of her most potent weapons, and if she can't dominate her service games with that, I think it's over. The problem is she hasn't made enough first serves. A huge serve from Barty down the tee, 15 love. So she hasn't been clinical at all. The controlled aggression isn't there. It's just aggression where she's made a lot of mistakes. And that it's been a real shame, actually, because I've really enjoyed watching her play. And I was hoping she'd give Barty at least, a competitive match and some type of battle. But Barty is just so professional. And if someone's not playing well, she's clinical enough to just get through them quickly. and not give them chances. Second serve from Barty, and see, there we go. Keys going into the net with the backhand return. Really, really poor. Keys, I mean, if you watched her in the last 2-3 matches at the Australian Open, she was pouncing on people's second serves, putting them away, really, not even having to play an extra shot. It was like return winners left, right, and centre. Now, at the moment, it looks like her confidence is broken after that first set and losing at 6-1. Big forehand down the line from Barty, and Keys tries to go up the line with her backhand, goes long. So 40 love here. Barty very much in control, and you can see Keys is just I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Matthew says Keys does not look like someone that believes almost like the stage is too big for her. It's not too big for her because she's made a Grand Slam final. Big serve from Barty down the tee, and Keys goes long with that forehand 5-2 here. And you got to remember as well that she made a final at the US Open, which there would have been a lot of pressure on her in that semi-final that she would have played by the Australians, by the Americans even. So yeah, I don't think Australian Open semi-finals phasing her. I don't think it's that. I think it's just more the fact, and like no one really expects her to win either. So I think it's more the fact that her form is just not there. But yeah, Keys hits the return forehand long, so 5-2 here, and Barty 1 game away from her first Australian Open final. Keys obviously serving to stay in the match. It will be. Matthew says Keys at the next sit down needs to close her eyes and think, what would Novak do? Or as then Medvedev would say, oh, but and also I think what would the other great champions do, like Roger and Rafa, and then the crowd cheers. That's so peak, that. That's actually so savage from the Aussie Open crowd. They don't hold any prisoners whatsoever. Right, here we go. 5-2 here. This is a blitzing, by the way, at the moment. Absolute blitzing, to say the least. Here you go. Keys goes down the tee with a very good serve. Huge into out forehand. This is much better. Then goes into in. Barty pass. Oh, you know what? See, that's just too good from Barty. It was huge serve down the tee. Barty still in the rally. Keys goes into out with the forehand and then goes into in with the forehand. I think the into and forehand just wasn't quite in the corner enough. Barty reads it so nicely as well and just whips the forehand past her. So love 15. Good serve again. It's a short return. Again, Keys comes to the net, but the approach is not good enough, though. You can't come to the net and approach like that. It's just you're sitting duck. Again, it's a short return from Barty because it was a very good serve from Keys. She slices the backhand, but right down the middle, very floaty. And Barty just whips the forehand cross court for another pass. So love 30 here. Huge from Keys out wide. Much better serving here from her. But again, it's a short forehand after the return. Clips the baseline. And it's a mishit forehand from Keys. Barty goes long with her own forehand. Keys actually says sorry, which, to be honest with you, she shouldn't need to because Barty mishit her previous return. And that's why Keys had to come forward and hit that slice and then lost the point. But anyways, 15-30. Big serve out wide. And it's a slice from Barty. Huge backhand cross court from Keys. Slices down the line. Barty whips the forehand cross court. Huge forehand cross court. Oh, what a forehand from Madison Keys. Bloody hell. That is unbelievable. So Barty hits a trademark forehand cross court. Whips off the court. And Madison Keys just slaps that forehand down the line. That is absolutely ridiculous. Matthew says that US Open was when she was a lot younger, and if you remember, she didn't perform in the final. When you get to late 20s, it can be harder. Yeah, true. I mean, she's not in her late 20s, though. She's 26, isn't she? Mid-20s. Oh, huge forehand on the line from Keys. She's setting this up nicely, and then another huge forehand into out. You know what? This is really frustrating to watch because you're just thinking to yourself, why didn't she play like this throughout the whole match? Like, she started playing like this now when you're 5-2 down in the second set, right? Like she's a set and a breakdown. It's just carnage. Big serve down the tee from Keys, then goes down the middle of the forehand. Barty makes a mistake on the forehand going into the tram line, so 5-3. Alex says, the Australian crowd has been shocking this year. Oh, really? Why do you say that, Alex? Do you mean just in terms of their behaviour or what? Let me know. Alex says, sneezing, you'll miss the whole match. Yeah, potentially. It looks like this could be over in. Well, Barty's serving for the match now. This could be over in like an hour and 5 minutes, which would be. To be honest, I wouldn't mind that. I've a bit of a break in between this and the next match. Although, in saying that, I guess there'll be a quick turnaround, won't there? Big serve from Barty out wide. Barty then goes down the line with the forehand, backhand. It's a lobbed backhand from Keys. Oh, Barty takes on the drive volley from the middle of the court. It's another lob from Keys, very deep. Good forehand from Barty into out. Another into out forehand, really big from Keys. Backhand down the line, huge backhand line. Then it's a slice from Keys, brings Barty in and then passes across court. That's an unbelievable point from Keys. That's so much better. Like, can we see more of that, please? Can we see more of that? Really good from Keys. Good defensive play there. Then came forward, hit huge backhands, and then passed her at the net. Unbelievable. Matthew says she's 27 on the 17th of February. Yeah. Alex, going to the second. Big serve out wide from Barty, and then Keys goes into the net with the backhand. So 15-all. Alex says, I mean, they're random booing and abusive call-outs in most matches. And Alex is Australian, by the way, so he's allowed to say that. Yeah, I mean, that's really poor, isn't it? It's really, really poor. It's so unnecessary as well. Anyway, 15-all. Big serve down a tee from Barty, and the backhand slice goes down the middle. Here go forehand from Keys, just going long. She started to show her best tennis in the last game and a half. It's really disappointing to see. You just wanted to see this earlier on. It's almost like she's just got warmed up now, Keys. It's like she was really tight and kind of, hadn't really been able to loosen up, and now she has. It's a big serve though from Barty out wide, and that goes along the return. So 40-15 and 2 match points here. Too little, too late from Madison Keys. It looks like it's going to be a straight set win here for Barty. 40-15 and 2 match points. This is going to be huge. Huge from Barty down the tee, and she's made it. It's a forehand into out. Barty makes her first Australian Open final. She's through to the final, and she'll face either Swiatek or Collins. Madison Keys smiles and talks to Barty. They're obviously good friends, but probably Madison Keys telling her, "You absolutely blitzed me. Well played." And sorry, I didn't give you a very good game. That is phenomenal from Barty. She seems like such a nice, down-to-earth person as well. And it's so ironic that the crowd is so, is so kind of, I don't know, interesting to say the least. But yeah, she's so quiet, very, very humble, and she's through to the final. She hasn't dropped a single set the whole tournament. It's unbelievable. Got done in 1 minute and 2. Well, it says an hour and 2 minutes, or even on the clock in the stadium. So 1 hour and 2 minutes. Absolute blitzing. Guys, over 50 of you in the chat as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button, please, if you haven't done so already. The big thumbs up button, and do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so. It's a big red button. Thank you very much for doing so. In terms of comments, Matthew says that's what you get when night matches and the alcohol is flowing. But it shouldn't be, right? People should be able to be, well, they're adults. The majority of people in the crowd, and well, the people drinking alcohol are adults, so they should be able to be responsible enough to know their limits, right? Like, it's not really for people to get monitored as well. Alex says even Berrettini said some people in the crowd are not tennis fans. That's because they were really when he was 2 sets of love up, they were really cheering on one feast. Like, I think they probably ended up abusing him in those next 2 sets. And I mean, in the crowd, it's almost like an excuse to just like party, and it's like that's not what it is. It's a tennis match. Matthew says Alex, the same is often said about New York, that many aren't tennis fans. Very interesting. Yeah, let's see what she's saying. Yeah, of course she's gonna say that. She's like, yeah, I love this tournament. I love playing out in Australia. Well, of course you're Australian. I mean, she's been playing some phenomenal tennis. Let's go through the set stats then. So 3 aces for Barty, none for Madison Keys. First set percentage. I mean, look, it increased quite a fair bit. Madison Keys, well, her first set percentage has been okay. I think it's the first set points one that's been poor. 73% for Barty, really impressive. Really notched it up in the second set. And if you look at the first set points one, 47% for Keys, 89%. And Christopher Lewis says Madison Keys is one of the most talented women's players in the world. She's really talented, Christopher, 100%. Unfortunately, just didn't have a very good day at the office. Didn't play the way that she has been playing throughout the tournament. Part of that will be down to how Barty's played, but a lot of that was actually down to just, I don't know, just a lack of form coming in. Like whilst she was playing, it was strange. Her game was clearly off and her radar off as well. But it happens. But anyway, first serve points won, 89% for Barty. Only lost 2 points behind the first serve. Really impressive. You can see they're just struggling to back up her first serve. Madison Keys at only 47%. Ironically, the second serve win percentage was actually better at 73%, and Barty at 57% on the second serve. For winners to unforced errors, you can see that 13-9 for Barty, really clean, and for Keys 5-10. So in both sets, she hit at least more than double the amount of unforced errors to winners, which is not great. And if we look at the match stats in a second, and Alex says, Barty is the opposite of Medvedev. You can predict what she will say in the post-match interviews. I mean, because she's really nice. She's nice. She's humble. She's just down to earth. She's not a particularly boisterous person. She just seems like a lovely person, doesn't she? Muerto says, Iga Swiatek will win. I predict Iga Swiatek to beat Danielle Collins in the next semi-final as well, which we're going to be covering on this channel. There'll be a separate stream, so do get involved in that as well, guys. Should be a very good stream for sure. Looking forward to it. Right. Matthew says, unless pressure hits Barty in the final hard, hard to see her lose. If her opponent can keep it tight, the huge expectation could count against Barty. I think, to be honest with you, the only way she loses the final is if she plays Swiatek in the final and Swiatek plays some really, really, really phenomenal tennis. I don't see why she can't. She's a really good player. Mike says, is it pronounced Swiatek or Schwantek? Schwantek. Murtos, can you tell us actually? If you're on the chat, can you tell us how it's pronounced? Because I feel like I'm butchering some of these names. It's really bad. I try my best, but sometimes, and I'd like to be able to pronounce them correctly. Oh, look how she's playing, just doing keepy uppies. Love it. It's funny that she's doing keepy uppies. Swiatek, like it's hilarious. She's doing it. And she's loving it, but she's got a very serious look on her face while she's doing it. Right, look at this. So if we have a look at this, 5 aces for Barty. This is a whole match. 1 for Keys. First serve percentage was really good, actually. See, 71%. The issue was the first serve points 1. You can see there for Barty, really solid in all departments on the serve. And if we look at winners and unforced errors overall, so 20-13 for Barty, really impressive. 8-24, so 3 times the amount of unforced errors to winners. Now, that will be the big disappointment, is the amount of unforced errors that Keys hit. She'll look at that and say to herself, this definitely was not my best performance. What has she written on the camera? It says, happy birthday, Mo. Alex says, I am not Polish, but most people say it's Schwiatek. Schwiatek. Okay. I'll try to. Right, okay. Anyways, I'll see you on the other stream then in about probably 10 minutes or so. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please do remember to smash the like button. It's a big thumbs up button if you haven't done so already, and do subscribe to the channel as well. For more content like this, we'll see you on the other stream for Schweintek versus Collins. I'm going to butcher anything throughout the whole stream on it anyway. Sorry, Schweintek versus Collins. So yeah, I'll be covering that very, very shortly. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Do appreciate it. And also click the bell button as well if you want to get alerted to the streams and new uploads as well. No, Schweintek. Ah, got it. Schweintek. Okay, thank you very much. I would say that in the stream. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you. Oh, here you go. On the other stream. Christopher says, in my opinion, the most healthiest women tennis player will win. Okay, fair enough. Alex says yes. Schweintek. Okay. Schweintek. I got it. Cool. Right. Stay safe and well, guys. See you on the other stream if you're interested. And otherwise, see you for tomorrow's men's semi-finals. We're doing all the matches now till the end of the tournament, and we're doing post-match reviews, pre-match previews, and everything in between. So keep an eye out. Thank you very much, guys, and see you soon.